Swellendam in the beautiful Overberg region of the Western Cape played host once more to one of the most popular and enduring events on the cycling calendar, the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century. For many, this was a first-time experience, but such is the unique vibe and sense of occasion in Swellendam. Many of the 2,700 riders were back for what is now an annual pilgrimage.
Well, I've done 7 DCs, and it's the camaraderie of your mates, of your team. The route's stunning, the event's amazing, and it's a great test of your ability. And we train hard for this, so we love it. We love coming down. Yeah, look, we love this the concept of a TT of 12 guys. It's very unique to do this, and to try and get the team dynamics is very important. Get the right groups, the right riders together, and the right strengths together. And I think we've achieved that this year. We've got a very strong team. The guys are all motivated. They're all keen. They're all excited. I think it's always the nerves. I think before you start a ride. But I think we've all done it quite a few times. One has done it 12 times. So we really we trained for this event. And always nervous, but we just enjoy the event. 200 k's is a long way, and it's not normal. Most of the races are 110 k's, your PPA races. So this is unique.
Uniqueness of the event is in its team format. For one day of the year, it's all about helping each other. 260 mostly colour-coordinated teams left the start line at 30-second intervals from 5 a.m. A maximum of 12 riders per team, with 6 required to cross the finish line together for their time to count in the racing categories. For many teams, though, the goal was to try and finish together and earn the prized Charles Milner medal. For the racing categories, it's a rare opportunity to team up with riders from other pro and elite teams and give it all in the pursuit of victory after a busy racing year. Amongst the elites was Cape Town Cycle Tour winner Chris Jooster.
Obviously very exciting year. Double century for everyone. It's a big tick we tick off at the end of the season every year. So yeah, everyone is excited. It's a cool team's combination with a lot of experience in the South African history, and everyone is excited. Yeah, obviously it's a bit late in the season. It's literally our last race before everyone takes a break, so I think everyone is scraping the barrel in sense of top form. But I think with experience and the deep fitness in our group, we'll pull through. Obviously, I think it's about starting with a pace that you can keep up with for 200 k's and not blowing your guys too early. And then I think we will calculate as we go, if we get time gaps, whatever, if we have to increase or decrease. And I think rider comfortable, very fast pace for the first 100, and then we have to calculate if we pick up or we have to keep that gap to the other teams.
The elite men's racing teams left last at just before 8 a.m. Team DMS & Co. included former World Tour pros Reinhard Janssen van Rensburg and Jaco Venter, Olympic track racer David Maria, Kent Main, Gustav Passon, and mountain bikers Arno du Toit and Gert Haynes. The quaint, peaceful hamlet of Subrak is the first village on the route after they leave the busy N2.
Really exciting to be back in Swellendam for this, the 31st edition of the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century. Wonderful to see the way the town comes out and greets everybody. Wonderful driving up, watching the cars with bikes on the back. Cyclists heading out of Swellendam doing short warm-up rides. The buzz down at the registration. It really is fantastic, and it's a special event, team event. Guys have been training together for ages, and the way that the city of Swellendam, the town of Swellendam, welcomes us is just fantastic. And great to see so many returning riders, teams from Johannesburg, international riders that are here. It's going to be a fantastic vibe out on the route, and holding thumbs that the weather gods are going to be good to us. It's looking good so far, a little breezy on the back end, but we should have loads of fun. I think the exciting thing for me about the event is that it's about the team. It's about the team dynamic. So whether you're racing and you're going to shell 5 or 6 riders, or whether you're simply going for a Charles Milner medal where you're going to get every rider across the line and you're trying to do it as fast as possible, or whether you like some of the more social teams that I ride in, where you're just trying to get from the start to the finish with everybody intact, knowing that some of them are going to go through a dark patch. And it very much is about the further together, which is kind of resonates with our sponsors, Old Mutual. It's about the investment in time, it's about training together, and it's about the long haul. Nothing is gained quickly at this event. It's all about going the distance. It's about putting in the effort to go the distance.
Teams with goals of winning the race are carefully chosen so as to gain the best out of each rider for the entire 202 kilometres. The Paceline team had an eye on the women's team prize. And they managed to get it right, although they were pushed all the way by some fierce competition.
Half of our team is riding for Paceline during the year, so it meant that we just needed to find 6 fantastic girls to add on, and we did a good job to do that. Most of us all friends, we've known each other for years, so it helps us gel and work together as a team. To be honest, that was a great addition to the race, is having that tight back and forth between the top two teams. We did have a little session where we lost a rider or two. So having 6 against their 12 was not fun, but we managed and we got there in the end.
The 6 across the finish line were Leila Schwellnus, Kylie Hanekom, Isla Stowe, Catherine Pallo-Jarman, Sarita Lowe and Charlissa Schultz. Altoria were third. They had a powerhouse engine room of, amongst others, Finny Barnard, Hanley Boyens, Leslie Olivier, Marlene Lawrence and Michelle Lombardi. The mixed category was hugely popular once again and very competitive. And in the end, a superb ride by the Private Client Holdings mixed team was good enough to earn them a win and a phenomenal third place finish overall.
Yeah, so it's a very similar team to what we had last year, and then we brought in Rogan from Plet as well, Tiano De Silva too. She joined us and her brother Lucas. I was very happy with the team going into it and I was really looking forward to it. And the goal was, for me at least, to podium overall, and we succeeded. Yeah, I mean, our men in the team were absolute champions, pushing and pulling and just rotating when we were sitting at the back. We would also work a bit, but yeah, they were really champions. And then, yeah, it came down to the last couple of hills and we knew we were on track for a really good time. Also, to be 33 seconds off sub 5, that's, I think, a bit annoying for us, but we're happy.
All that happiness was reflected throughout the field, even when toiling up the biggest climb of the route, Op de Trudeau. In the colours of Old Mutual Wealth was former Springbok wing Brayton Polser. Doing the selfie thing, Brayton. The climb was a team effort for most, while others chose to ride at their own pace and regroup later.
There we split up a little bit. Our tactic was to meet at the water point, grab some things to eat, have a little bathroom break, reconvene, and then we started hitting it from there, yeah. That climb was harder than I expected. I don't actually remember it from last year. My brain probably deleted it. But yeah, it was a tough one. It was hot, but we had great teams in front of us. You could there was a good morale climbing up, but it was hard and hot.
And that's one of the vagaries of the Old Mutual Wealth double century. No rain and little wind means a hot day in the saddle. But relief was at hand with a refreshment station at 62 kilometres at the Trudeau Fruit Packer Sheds.
Oh, beautiful day. Absolute stunning. The scenic routes, pass not too bad either. It's not too hot. We're good to go. Ready for a stunning day.
We're at 66 Ks and just turn the pedals, get to the finish before cut-off.
Which was not the goal of the DMS & Co team. Chris Jooster did a heap of work, as did all the other hotshot men as they powered around the course in a phenomenal 4 hours and 43 minutes to take the overall win.
So our DC prep starts quite a while in advance, obviously securing our guest riders. Our prep starts a few months out, and if you come in here with the strongest team, you'll definitely have a good chance. So we always get the best team you can with some strong guys, and you'll definitely be in there with a fight. A few of our DMS boys, Tufo, and quite a few of our mountain bike riders from Cape Town. Quite a few old seasoned dogs, so we had a very, very good team. We set out from the gun to obviously push the pace. We know how to do this. All of us have done numerous double centuries. I think we've got it down. This year, I think we kind of had it down to who our competition was. And then, that obviously helps us quite a bit if we know who you have to beat. So we kind of marked them at the checkpoints. We knew we're ahead, so we took it a little bit easier and had a fun day out.
Which ultimately is what the Old Mutual Wealth double century is all about, despite a nasty headwind from Montague onwards. The clock stops when the teams reach Ashton, and the Team Support Zone, where each combination has their own setup to look after their riders and refuel them for the remaining 90 kilometres or so. They leave the R60 just short of Robertson and then head towards Bonnievale on the R317. The Jacaranda is in full bloom as they cruise past Van Leeuwen Wine Estate. The Red Bridge over the Breda River is a significant landmark for many. But the last 50 k's or so is littered with some really tough times, which is where the teamwork really comes into play. Slow or fast, this is a tough day's riding in anyone's book.
No, today was a very, very tough day. I think we were a little bit slower on the first stage with a lot of the headwind, but the boys paced each other quite well. And yeah, it was an amazing day out. Super tough, but this race has always been tough. If you come here for a joyride, it's not going to happen. But yeah, the roads were perfect. The conditions were good, apart from the little wind. And yeah, obviously thank you to all the sponsors, Old Mutual, for hosting a superb event.
Team DMS & Co brought it home with 6 riders. They were 10 minutes and 43 seconds faster than the Rolia Tritons racing team, with East City Cycles in third. Paceline took the women's race by 3 minutes and 11 seconds from the Cape Multisport ladies, with Tile Toria in third. Private Client Holdings, with 4 women, including current national champion Francis Janssen van Rensburg and former champion Hayley Preen, were just 6 seconds slower than the second men's team in winning the mixed by 14 minutes from Winelands Mixed and the Hit Squad, who were third. A truly memorable day all round, whether you finished in 6 hours or 10. The Old Mutual Wealth Double Century is an exceptional celebration of South Africa at its sporting best.